wanna be the best of all friends. It turned to be LOVE, and I was your man. So you was my lady friend. We spent time. I found a way to be by your side through the ins and outs, the wrongs and rights. Made this love grow. Spent a lot of time and a lot of dough trying to match what we had, and now I was hoping we could find a way. I was hoping we could find a way to have what we had again today. Have what we had again today. It's been some time since you and I. It wouldn't hurt to try to find our love. Wish that I would have known the treasures I found. I didn't know until you left. I loved your smile just the other day. Your girl said that you can't stand me. I know you don't mean that, can't we? Just slow down a minute and talk it out. I've been through my share of love since then. Ooh, don't know about what you've been through, but nothing compares to what we had. All I know is I need you back, and I know that you need me back. Baby, let's try again to find our love. Oh, I was hoping we could find a way, yeah, baby, to have what we had again today. Again today. Though it's been some time since you and I, it wouldn't hurt to try to find our love. Oh no, no, no. I was hoping we could find a way to have what we had again today. Have what we had again. Though it's been some time since you and I, it's too long. It wouldn't hurt to try. It wouldn't hurt to try to find our love. Oh baby, I can't forget times we shared. Didn't know love until love was gone. Till I moved on. Now I'm right back to square one again. I was hoping we could find a way. I was hoping we could find to have what we had again today. Oh, baby, though it's been some time since you and I, it wouldn't hurt to try. It wouldn't hurt to try. Find our love. Find our love. Yeah. I was hoping we could find a way. I was hoping we could find a way to have what we had again today. To have what we had again. Though it's been some time since you and I. Oh no, it wouldn't hurt to try. To find our love. Hurt to try. Yeah, baby. Oh no, baby. Find our love, baby. Find our love, sister girl, I know you don't understand, but you're gonna have to understand. He's my man now. What you had is gone. Our thing is sweet. Our thing is stronger than any lie you can tell on me.
This is for the late start. We've been having a few technical difficulties this past 2 days. The internet has been interneting in Kenya where, yani, it has just not been quite the best, but we move regardless. As long as you're able to hear me, I'm good to go because it's radio, especially Icon Radio KE. We are so excited to have you guys with us this morning, being patient enough to at least tune in because let me tell you, this is a show I've been wanting to have this week. This is a show that I have, that has, it's literally life imitating art or art imitating life or literally just life stories, okay? So it has been that week for me, let me tell you. Hey, it started off on Sunday night, yeah? Na the person that was working in my house, alinifanyia ile kitu. So we're going to be talking about rogue nannies on the Breakfast Jam today morning. I'd love for you guys to get to the conversation. Icon Radio KE is where you are streaming us on www.iconradio.co.ke. We're live on YouTube as well as the site on both audio and video. We are also live on Facebook. So for those who are looking for multiple platforms, we got you covered. My roads. What is going on this week? It has been mad, crazy traffic. Yesterday, I think we sat in traffic, like literally from point A to point B, because point A to point B would normally take us 5 minutes, at the max 8. Yesterday, it took us like almost an hour to get to where we were going. Like everywhere was moving at snail's pace, and everybody we met, because I was over there, I was running up the stairs. I was like, I'm so late. Come here, we're all late. In fact, I was one of the earliest here, trying to beat that traffic. Can anybody tell us what was going down in Nairobi yesterday? There is something that was happening and we are not aware of. I looked at the news, I looked everywhere, and I couldn't understand why we were sitting in traffic for that long yesterday morning. It was nuts. Well, away from that, we have the news which we're going to be breaking down. It was fun breaking down the news with Sammy Melly yesterday. You need to check it out on our YouTube. You can watch the rerun on our YouTube channel. I had so much fun just breaking down the news with him. As in, I think I need to have him here. We just need to employ him and have him here every morning because he does such a good job of breaking it down in a way that even a 2-year-old can understand. It's so dope to have people who understand politics and are able to explain it the way he does. Right, guys, let me start rambling and go into the weather this morning. 18 degrees, mostly cloudy in Nairobi. Humidity at 73%, going up to highs of 27 degrees. It started off pretty cold today, looking like it's going to be still, cold with a chance of sunshine. For those who are in Mombasa, we are seeing like it's going to be a cloudy day as well for you guys. 29 degrees, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers right about now. Humidity at 77%, going up to highs of 32 degrees later on today. For Kisumu, also looking quite a bit the same, looking like a cloudy day. 26 degrees right about now. Intermittent clouds, humidity at 40%, going up to highs of 34 degrees later on today. But no matter where you are, no matter the weather, you will always have a great day with Icon Radio. Looking at the roads real quick. Starting off on Gonga Road. Gonga Road seems to be fine from around the areas of Naivasha Road, the Great Corner. However, when you get to Junction, traffic picks up, eases up again. That's until you get to Adams Arcade. Picks up on the traffic, then eases up. Prestige also has a little bit of traffic. Where it's concentrated the most is around the Daystar roundabout. Looking at Waiyaki Way, it seems to be quite all right, but around this time seems to be free flowing. Only pockets of traffic around the Westlands roundabout. If we are on Jogoro Road is looking pretty fine. That is until you get towards areas of Makadara. Once you pass that, you're free flowing all the way into the CBD. Mombasa Road, nothing major to report. For Thika Road, heavy on the traffic from Utali all the way down to Muthaiga Square, going into the city center. However, it eases up around Pangani and Forest Road. If you do see any accidents or incidents, be sure to let us know on +254 788 380030. Again, check into the conversation on any of our Icon Radio KE platforms. We'd love to hear from you. We also have our WhatsApp number +254 788 3800. Today we're talking about rogue nannies, but before that, we will be taking a look at the news making the headlines this morning. Keep it right here. We'd love to hear from you, but for now, we celebrate women on this WCW Wednesday. We are celebrating women in music from Kenya to our Grammy Award-winning divas up in the States. Let's continue to celebrate women on the Breakfast Jam.
Brought me to life now every February.
Now our symphony's the only song to sing. Before you, my whole life was a cappella. Now our symphony's the only song to sing. Before you, my whole life was a cappella.
I had a way then, losing it all on my own. I had a heart then, but the queen has been overthrown. And I'm not sleeping now, the dark is too hard to beat. And I'm not keeping now the strength I need to push me. You show the lights that stop me, turn to stone. You shine me when I'm alone, and so I tell myself that I'll be strong. And dreaming when they're gone, 'cause they're calling, calling, calling me home. Calling, calling, calling home. You show the lights that stop me, turn to stone. You shine me when I'm alone. Voices I play within my head,
Yes, you were listening to amazing music from women we love in music. That was Ellie Goulding. We also had Katy Perry and Khalees. Remember, Khalees now has become a citizen of Kenya. Okay, I don't know if she's become a citizen really, but she has bought land. She is farming. She is talking about everything that's happening in Kenya, from our carpenters to our artistry to our land. Basically, just helping people who would like to invest into Kenya, just get a better knowledge of what it looks like. And I love it because through her page, she's debunking a lot of myths, and a lot of people are getting to know that, Kenya is not all about, wild animals and people living in huts. It happens in some places, but not all. We are actually developed. And even if you go to the Americas, they also have their rural areas, okay? So I love the work she's been doing to just put out content from Africa, and it has made her bring Africa closer home to a lot of people out there who probably might have been ignorant about a lot of things. All right, let's go into the news and making the headlines this morning. Again, I wish I had Sami Meli here so we can chop it up. He is funny. Oh my God. You guys watch the episode from yesterday and then let me know if you'd like to have him back. Just vote to have him back so that we can, try and see if we can just convince him to be coming in more often, because, man, nobody breaks down news like he does. But remember, in case you missed it, is ICYMI is going to be coming in during the breakfast show. It's going to just be replacing one of the days just for politics to come in to the conversation, because we are on the road to the elections and a lot has been going down, including yesterday in Parliament. Man, it was a absolute mess. First of all, hey, Peter Salasya, the way he was called out, Lord. The way he stood in front of the other MPs, and it kind of looked like he was in the principal's office. My Lord, it was just so hard to watch, But there was a convening of MPs. I'll be telling you what about in just a bit. And during this session, Peter Salasya, MP Peter Salasya, pulls out his phone and he starts going live. So the brother's going live during the procession. And I think it was Ichungo, I can't remember who, called him out. And was like, Honorable Speaker, there is an MP in the House who is going online, and while online and showing the positions live on his phone, he's using less than savory language. So when he was called up, he was like, deny, deny, deny. That time he is still live. Man, the brother was cut, okay? So he denied until the point where Speaker Wetangula was like, listen, okay, it's either you are going to tell me the truth or we're going to be taking some disciplinary actions. He still tried to deny it until, he couldn't speak any further. At it, look into it, that indeed, because when he was denying, it's still live, okay? It said it's still live, so I don't know why you're trying to hide this story from us. It was nuts, okay? So for those of you who miss it, you can watch it on YouTube. It's all on YouTube. It just plays out like a movie. But they were having a debate yesterday, and Speaker Moses Wetangula is to rule on National Assembly majority stalemate after chaotic showdown. Now, the stalemate over which side holds a majority in the National Assembly, which disrupted proceedings on Tuesday afternoon, is set to be resolved today. This follows a ruling by Speaker Moses Wetangula, who asserted that Parliament cannot be injected, and confirmed that he would issue a final decision on the matter. Now, chaos erupted yesterday on Tuesday when Azimio party members from both the National Assembly and the Senate caused a commotion by occupying the majority side. Led by Junet Mohammed, the opposition disrupted House proceedings, demanding that Parliament comply with a recent High Court ruling recognizing them as a majority side. The dispute stems from a High Court ruling on Friday that overturned Speaker Wetangula's early decision to declare Kenya Kwanza as a majority in the National Assembly. Now, the chaos in the House was prompted by the Speaker, prompted the Speaker to intervene, urging both Azimio and Kenya Kwanza members to restore order, but with pleas that went unheard. Now, this forced the sergeant at arms to step in, reinforcing security in the chambers and safeguarding the mace to prevent further disruption. Again, one of the disruptions that was mentioned was Peter Salasya pulling out his phone. So today we're going to find out who indeed are the majority party in Parliament. It seems to be a big deal. Again, we're heading into the elections. Again, when we have Sami Meli on, we'll get to find out why exactly is there a fight for the majority in Parliament. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys. +254 788 380030. Changia to the conversation and let us know your thoughts. All right. Yesterday, we also spoke to the AUC election that's coming down this weekend. Now, I loved how it was broken down yesterday, okay? So for those who don't know, it's not just a simple vote. Presidents, heads of states, kings of monarchies are the ones who are voting, okay? And they're the ones who will determine who is the next AUC chairman. Now, apparently, Raila has been doing his bid and he has visited over 40 countries. Now, according to Sami, what made him a better candidate over the rest is that he's served before and also the relationship with these particular countries. Now, there are some countries that are not voting, like Niger, apparently, I think Gabon, and then I think Guinea-Bissau, but I'll confirm exactly which countries, but there are 6 countries that are not voting. A lot of people are already flying out to Ethiopia for this weekend's vote to witness it firsthand. We have 3 candidates. And Raila Odinga, our very own Raila Odinga, is facing off with Djibouti's Mahmoud Ali Yusuf and Madagascar's Richard Randriamandrato. Now, the guy from Djibouti is the one guys have just been going crazy about, especially after the debate. They felt that he was much more well-versed. But again, the question is raised, did he do enough to win and sway the votes of every other African leader? Well, I'd love to hear from you guys. Who do you think will win this one? I know guys from KOT were over there like, Djibouti, this guy from Djibouti is taking it. But I'd love to hear from the rest of you. Who do you think is taking it? Of course, we've been encouraged to root for our own because a win for Raila Odinga is a win for all of us all. Whether you love him or hate him. All right. Let's go to the last bit of the news, the headlines making the news this morning. I don't know what's going on. I need coffee. I'm just over there blah. So please forgive me. I'll get it right in just a bit. But a big shout out to the county of Iten. Iten was yesterday voted the home of athletes. We're going to be sharing that on our social media. We got our reporter on the ground sharing information with us. A big congratulations right there. It had major dignitaries like Paul Tergat was in attendance, as well as other members of the athletes fraternity. It was a big celebration. There's a plaque put out. So the athletes from Iten, you guys have been doing such an amazing job. If you looked at our socials last week, we were with one of them, Amos. His handle is Run with Amos. He has traveled the world bringing home awards and medals. He won last week also at the Kenya Tourism Awards. So a big shout out again again to the people in return, and congratulations. Now, speaking of athletes, there's one particular athlete who is unfortunately not doing too well. Now, Kenyan athlete Geoffrey Yegon has been suspended from the AIU, the Athletics Integrity Unit has temporarily suspended Geoffrey Yegon for participating in any athletics, or rather from participating in any athletics, after breaching anti-doping rules. In a statement on Monday evening, the AIU disclosed that Yegon had been suspended for allegedly using a prohibited substance, that's triamcinolone anetonide. Now, this particular drug is primarily used to treat various skin conditions, according to the 2014 prohibited list published by the World Anti-Doping Agency. It is classified as an S9 drug. Now, the drug activates natural substances in the skin to reduce swelling, redness, itching, and allergic reactions. It is a specified substance prohibited in competition when administered via any injectable, oral, or rectal route. Now, unfortunately, this is a person who will not be able to compete for quite some time. He has won one major race in December last year. That the 37-year-old runner won the Singapore half marathon, finishing in 2 hours, 60 minutes, and 6 seconds. Quite unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, we're unfortunately finishing off with some very unfortunate news that is speaking to the rising cases of depression in this country. Now, it is said that a mother here in Kenya killed herself, or rather unalived herself, and unalived her 3 children with her. Now, the woman was a wife of an outspoken Kameme radio fan named Junior wa Githogoro, and allegedly committed the heinous act while depressed. According to Kameme FM presenter Muthoni wa Kirumba, the husband, a fan of the station, called her before she went for the morning show, noting that he returned home on Tuesday, February 11, 2025, and found his children strangled to death, and the wife had taken her own life. Now, of course, this he found out about this when he got home, and he found them laying there, and he alerted the neighbors. All 3 children between the ages of 12 and twins who were aged 8 were all strangled, and she took a bed sheet and unalived herself. Now, apparently, this is not the first time it's happening. It also happened in August of last year, where a 35-year-old woman from Bomet, reportedly suffering from depression, murdered her 2 children, then took her own life. She apparently used a metallic object to kill her 10-year and a 4-year-old children before hanging herself to death. Okay, guys, for those who may say depression is not real, I think you're deluded. And the more you delude yourself, the more you come home to these kind of situations. Not only happening to mother, but also to our young men. There are a lot of cases apparently that haven't been reported, because you go to some counties and the police stations are just overrun with these stories, and the OB books are apparently full. And that's why you don't hear a lot of these statistics. It is time to speak out against depression. It is time to be serious about psychosocial support and make it more available. I love the fact that the Kenya Red Cross, even the Nairobi County, has these services. I will try to share them out as much as possible. We'll try to share them out on iconradioke platforms. Please do not suffer in silence. Even me, reach out to me, please. You can hit me up personally on my Instagram, Myra Maloba. I'll definitely try to get back to you and help you as much as possible. And I'll also share with you the resources that you need. Again, do not suffer in silence. Speak out. All right, let's go back into the music as we continue to celebrate women this morning. When we come back, we'll be getting to my story of the day. Rogue nannies. Again, this is just to keep up with our theme for the day. That's I don't know where I've lost my thought. I've lost my thought process. Okay. So it is Wellness Wednesday, okay? Again, I need my coffee this morning. So it is Wellness Wednesday, and we're speaking in regards to the psychology of not only living with nannies, but also managing them and what they may be coming in with, whether it's expectations or otherwise. I love you guys to chime into the conversation. +254 788 380030, or just simply go to our YouTube comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys. Disciples of today, thank you so much for tuning in. Says, nannies, where? Watch it too. We're going to read out his comment. I'm going to leave it there. Read out his comment when we come back. Again, guys, would love to hear from you on +254 788 380030. What is your experience with nannies in this day and age? Keep it right here on The Breakfast Jam.
Baby, when we first met, I never felt something so strong. You were like my lover and my best friend, all wrapped in one with a ribbon on it. And all of a sudden, when left, I didn't know how to follow. It's like a shot was spun me around, and now my heart's dead. I feel so empty and hollow, and I never give myself to another the way I gave it to you. Don't even recognize the ways you hurt me, dear. Gonna take a miracle to bring me back, and you're the one to blame. And now I feel like, oh, you're the reason why I'm thinking I don't wanna smoke on these cigarettes no more. I guess that's what I get for wishful thinking. I should've never let you in on my door. Next time you wanna go on a leave, I should just let you go on and do it. 'Cause now I'm using like I believe. It's like a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. It's like a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. Damn, isn't it crazy when your love smells? You do anything for the one you love. 'Cause anytime that you needed me, I'd be there. It's like you were my favorite drug. The only problem is that you was using me in a different way that I was using you. But now that I know it's not meant to be, you gotta go, I gotta win myself off of you. And I'll never give myself to another the way I gave it to you. Don't even recognize, oh. Gonna take a miracle to bring me back, and you're the one to blame. 'Cause now I feel like, oh, you're the reason why I'm thinking I don't wanna smoke on the cigarettes no more. I guess that's what I get for wishful thinking. I should've never let you in and let you in on my door. Next time you wanna go on and leave, I should just let you go on and do it. 'Cause now I'm using like I believe. It's like a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. You're my disease. It's like a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. You're my disease. Got a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease.
Now ladies, give me that. Now give me that. My ladies, give me that. Now give me that.
Oh, you're the reason why I'm thinking I don't wanna smoke on these cigarettes no more. I guess that's what I get for wishful thinking. I should've never let you in on my door. Next time you wanna go on and leave, I should just let you go on and do it. 'Cause now I'm using like I believe. It's like a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. It's like a chick in a rehab, baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in a rehab,
tell you why I love him. 'Cause he is the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright, I wouldn't lie. I remember the very first day that I saw him. I found myself immediately intrigued by him. It's almost like I knew this man from another life. Like back then maybe I was his husband, maybe he was my wife. And even the things I don't like about him are fine with me. 'Cause it's not hard for me to understand him, 'cause he's so much like me. And it's truly my pleasure to share his company. And I know that it's God's gift to breathe the air he breathes. So he is the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright, I wouldn't lie. How can the same man that makes me so mad, you know what he did? Turn right around and kiss me so soft. Girl, you know what he did? If he ever left me, I wouldn't even be sad. No, 'cause there's a blessing in every lesson, and I'm glad that I know him at all. 'Cause he is the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright. No, I love the way he speaks. I love the way he thinks. I love the way that he treats his mama. I love that gap in between his teeth. I love him in every way that a woman can love a man. From personal to universal, but most of all, it's unconditional. You know what I'm talking about? That's the way I feel. And I always will. There ain't no substitute for the truth. Either it is or it isn't. You see, the truth, it needs no proof. Either it is, and you know the truth by the way it feels. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because he is, yes he is. I wonder, does he know? Does he know? Does he know?
The rehab, I said no, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, no, no, no. I ain't got the time, and if my daddy thinks I'm fine, just try to make me go to rehab. I won't go, go, go. I'd rather be at home with Ray. must think you're depressed. This me, yeah, baby. And go, yeah. They try to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, you're no, no, no. I don't ever wanna drink again. I just need a friend. I'm not gonna spend 10 weeks. Have everyone think I'm on the man. And it's not just my pride. It's just till these tears have dried. They try to make me go to rehab. I say no, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, you're no, no, no. I ain't got the time, and if my daddy thinks I'm fine, he's trying to make me go to rehab. I won't go.
Passion, instant, sweat beats, feel me, Cupid's shot me, my heart beats racing, tempt me, drive me, feel so exciting, thought of highly, it's yours entirely, I'll be more than a lover, more than a woman, more than a lover, I'll be more than a lover, more than a woman, more than a lover, I'll be more than a lover, I'll be midnight grinding, heart race climbing. You go, I go, 'cause we share pillow. Kiss me, leave me. There's still no separating. Morning massages, the newborns in your closet. I'll be more than a lover, more than a woman, more than a lover. I said I'll be more than a woman, more than a lover. I'll be more than a lover, more. I'm gonna be more. I don't think you're ready. You're ready for this thing, for this thing. You're ready for this thing. You're not ready.
Call me anytime you want. Call me anytime you want.
Why we love child party with him?
Napenda jaro za mambo,
Call me anytime you want.
mi ushinda na mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siwe ukati ya mambo,
Call me anytime you want.
basi siku wangu mbo.
Call me anytime you want.
Napenda jaro za mambo,
Call me anytime you want.
mi ushinda na mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siwe ukati ya mambo,
Call me anytime you want.
basi siku wangu mbo.
Call me anytime you want.
Oh gosh, mi napenda mbot. Don't forget to wear socks. Na amua chuku play soft. Miss Njoki uoga na Rexona. Akae safi na pia amesoma. Wacha dasta mboch piga simu. Wenje manyanga busha vitu. Mama unajua una look so fine. usisahau nywele ametoa blow dry. Yo ngara mzuri mdosi akitoka, kumbe nguo amenunua Gikomba. Aendako aezi kosa mikoba, ile amebeba Myra na lipstick. Miss Much awakushinda, napenda njamo za mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Mi ushinda na mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siwe kukati ya mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Basi supu wangu mbo.
Call me anytime you want.
Napenda njamo za mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Mi ushinda na mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siwe kukati ya mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Basi supu wangu mbo.
Call me anytime you want.
Mpate ye daily mchana ako kazi, mwenye nyumba husband umtamani. Ukipata wako tu uitwa hani, waidera baby boo tukalale. Gideri waru tumange, misheni madu tufanye. Utashindwa kwenye nyumba bibi nani, juu wote usiku haupewe loving. Yani nothing kakuwa ni something, yani nothing kakuwa ni something. Miss Much the cow has refused, sasa we better be accused. Unywe maji umalize Q, usilete zile zako news. Eti unataka kuona vioja, na vitimbi ndio eti noma. Eti unataka kuona vioja, na vitimbi ndio eti noma. Napenda njamo za mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Mi ushinda na mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siwe kukati ya mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Basi supu wangu mbo.
Call me anytime you want.
Napenda njamo za mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Mi ushinda na mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siwe kukati ya mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Basi supu wangu mbo.
Call me anytime you want.
Miukudai nikiwa juu ya bebe, si mbaya ni kupunguza nyege. Saa zingine unasikia uko ndede, ndiyo nje mko rada na mabeste. Moch akituma uyo wewe nyuma, zile fence kubwa zote uliruka. Kwa vichaka kule ndani ulidunga, baada ya mimba kuambiwa ulizusha. Sijui na hawa mamoch, si siri wako sawa kwa ngot. Wameshinda wale chick wako bootless, bila nyuma kifua self-book, bila meno my dear toothless. Hiyo nayo ni hatia ruthless. Chukua inua nyumumu, kufua inua ndio tukule. Napenda njamo za mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Mi ushinda na mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siwe kukati ya mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Basi supu wangu mbo.
Call me anytime you want.
Napenda njamo za mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Mi ushinda na mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siwe kukati ya mambo.
Call me anytime you want.
Basi supu wangu mbo.
Call me anytime you want.
Siko busy. Ala hala, aka ala hola, baby.
Call me anytime you want. 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 Call me anytime you want.
That was Alahola with Miss Mboch, just sending us into our Kenyan hour. You guys, if you during our certain age, you remember that song. It hit the airways hard. Now, this was his version of Love for Miss Mboch. Of course, nannies, they are people we can live with or live without. It really depends on you. Personally, for my lifestyle, for the work that I do, it's very, very hard. As in, I love raising my kids, but at the same time, I need help. Not raising, but help in getting chores done, in getting things in order, okay? So when they come into our lives, they come as a source of help. When we're talking about nannies, I'm not going to call them butch. I've always found that term derogatory. It's kind of like just, even just the way Alahola described a nanny, it was kind of like, kind of like poking a bit of fun for who we know nannies to look like. But of course, they've evolved. Hey, nowadays, these girls, hey, They are over there slaying like no man's business, okay? They got their hair did, they're doing their nails, they're smelling good, they're smelling better, they're, wearing more modern clothes. They have their smartphones. They're on TikTok. They're on YouTube. They're making content, and they can really serve for more interesting times. So my experience with nannies, as in like, first one I got was a bat out of hell. Okay, stay with us like 6 months. I only got one because of raising my family. I got my first child and I got a nanny. I had no experience whatsoever. When we were growing up, we grew up without one. So we are the ones who were doing most of helping out in the house, which is okay because I learned how to cook, I learned how to clean, I learned how to take care of my home, okay? And there are values that I carry with me till today. But looking back, I kind of understand why my parents chose not to have a nanny. And I kind of remember when we did, the kind of chaos it would cause sometimes, because this is a person you're letting into your space, okay? You don't know what kind of energy they have. You only know what you know when you're interviewing for the first time. When they come in, they're all smiles, all happy. And that was the case with my first one. But she had this evil eye. Yani, as in like, I used to dread waking up and looking at her because, as in, she just like always had this resting face. If you know what I mean, you know. She had this resting face that just couldn't escape her. Like, she was always just looking like she had a sinister motive whenever she woke up, okay? And I'd stay out of her way. She'd stay out of mine. I would stay most of the time in the bedroom because I was nursing. I was tired. And she would finish her work and just lay around. But apparently that bothered her, okay? And soon enough, she started just holding resentment because she felt like I was utilizing her enough. But, this is my first time being a mother. I wanted to be around my child every time. So after 6 months, after my son's baptism, she runs off, leaves me stranded. And I didn't know what to do. I was, as much as I wasn't fond of her, I needed her. Coming the second one, she stayed for a year. Oh my God, she was amazing. She was amazing with my son. She came in with so much energy. She took my child out. They were always, playing together, laughing together. And I really attribute this to my first son. He's quite a character. If you've ever met my first son, he is so bubbly. He's so happy. He's so opinionated. Lord. But, again, it was because of the energy that I felt that she brought into the home. But unfortunately, she went home, met her boyfriend. That story died. She left even her clothes and didn't come back. But I still remember Brenda till today. But then after that, again, it was just a slew of just, I went the Ugandan way. That did not work out at all. Hey, my Nyabo sisters, we were just not working out at all. And it just kept on weighing down on my psychology. I was just like, man, what do these people want? As in, like, I'm paying you on time. I'm allowing you to eat as much as if there's sausage in the house, you're eating the sausage. If there's juice, you're drinking the juice. The only thing you're not partaking of course, is the adult juice that we have, because you have to, of course, be responsible. But I'll give you everything. I'm giving you your money. Like, what is their problem? As in, like, I'm being more than kind. I say please and thank you. I'm courteous. And I teach them to do the same because I want them to teach my kids to do the same. Fast forward to this week, the beginning of this week, Sunday. So this Sunday, the nanny who I had, she gets up, cleans the house, makes sure it's breakfast, bounces, okay? So the usual thing, be back by a certain time because we have to get the kids ready. They have to eat their food, sleep early, and of course be ready for school the next day. So that day, normally I don't usually call her, but that day I had to because I was not in the house and I just wanted things to move quickly by the time I get there. And I had guests when I was going back into the house. So heading back to the house, I find she's not there. things are sort of a mess because, of course, I have boys, things were kind of topsy-turvy, and I'm working with my guests, and it was just, I was just frustrated because I'm like, where is this girl? And I'd called her during the day. I'd called her, and I told her, listen, this is what's going down. Make sure you're in the house by this time. We need to get this, that, and the other. She's like, nakam. She wasn't even picking up her phone. She was texting me, nakam. I was like, what is this? So it's just raising my frustration levels higher. So she came about 3 hours late. Of course, I was frustrated by this time. I couldn't even cook. I just ordered in fast food. My guests totally understood. But I was still frustrated because this is my home. And I was inviting people into my home. And as Africans, we are strict about our homes. We kind of like to have things in order. And, especially when it comes to food, your presentation is everything. And putting together everything, it's just, it's important. So I was frustrated. I was upset. So when she came in, she whisked by my guests, and she just went into the kitchen. And, she's kind of feeling ashamed. But the communication didn't go too well. So I just pulled her aside and I was like, what's up? What's going on? Why are you doing this today? Do you feel like it's right? She was like, nah, I'm sorry, blah, blah. So I was like, nevertheless, I need to go and get this, that, and the other from the shops for my guests and so blah. I moved on because I don't tend to stay on things. I have to keep it moving because I have to get things moving. I have guests in the house. So the girl goes, she gets the stuff, comes back, drops them, doesn't even come to the kitchen, drops them in the laundry room, bounces through the front door, leaves, and my guests see her walking out. So I'm there, I've served the food, blah blah, I'm settling down. I'm like, hey, where's this chile? I thought she had gone to the room to kind of settle down and wait for things to finish in the kitchen. Go, this chile bounce. I'm calling her, cutting the phone. I call her again, cutting the phone. Chile has bounced. She says, mini meenda. I'm like, what? Long story short, she goes out. She goes without a plan. Now she's stranded and doesn't know what to do. Me, I've already moved on to the next because, again, my work and my lifestyle, I can't keep up without someone. And thankfully, there are people who have come into my life who move quick, fast, and I've been able to get a replacement. I'm thankful for that. But then again, the question is always, what goes into the psychology of people who work for us? It's not only just nannies in our homes. It's also, basically domestic workers. It's, your gardener, your driver, what goes into the psychology of how they relate to you. And in my experience, the younger they come, the more emotional they are. And half of the times I have to tend to their emotional needs. And it's frustrating for me because, again, I have things that I have to run, and it's just becoming more frustrating by the day. I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I might be okay being a housewife. I might be okay running my own home. What are your experiences? We have disciples of today who hit us up earlier. Says, nannies, where? Watcha too. I tried a relative and all she did was complain to my aunts and siblings on how I was mistreating her. Tried one from UG, story for another day. Machos. Hey, come, I'm not the only one with this UG story. Where I was horror stories I have heard. My God. I think I'll get into the horror stories in the next link. But yes, as in, there's something just not right with these ladies. There's something not right with the ladies from UG. As in, till now, I have from UG, I'm like, Z. Because I tried two. I'm not going back there again. I'm sorry to hear that you did not have the best of experiences. And of course, when our relatives weigh in, it makes it even that much harder because, even me, I was feeling like, why am I being made to feel like I'm the one who has wronged her? I should give her a chance because she's stranded now. When she was leaving, what was she thinking? Yeah, because we didn't argue. We didn't have an argument. She says it was the anger on my face that led her to leave. I'm like, Connie, I'm not supposed to be upset. I'm not supposed to be disappointed. Yeah, I can't help how my face looks, but as long as I'm not shining on you and I moved on from the story, then what is your problem? And I left an open door. Let's talk about this. But it's always a thing of people are always looking from the outside in and they're thinking that you probably must have been the problem. You're the one who did something wrong for this person to leave. What is the logic in that? Yeah. And what's the logic of me letting this person back into my home, yet they've disrespected me? Yes, my lifestyle is, and they're thinking about, Myra, you have to keep up with whatever you're doing. But it's been hard, but I've been navigating. I've been finding a way to find a new group, find a new system, even with my kids. As much as they are hurt, as much as they are going through the motions, we're finding a new groove until the next person comes. But one thing you cannot stay with is stress, especially in a home that you pay bills in. Because how are you at work and at the same time trying to work and think about what's happening at home because you don't know what this person is thinking? Somebody who can just leave is very erratic, in my opinion. Disciples goes on to say, I currently have a daytime one and all she does is turn my house into a shopping mall. I'm not laughing. Anyone who's hacked the art of managing nannies at Tuambie formula, please. Please let us know. Because you treat them well, still gonna give you problems. You treat them badly, they'll find a reason. There is no real formula. As in, like, one of my friends though, I think she's hacked it. She's had her nanny for the last, I think, the last 8 or 9 years. Big shout out to you. Like, she and her nanny, and she's from UG. Her nanny's from UG. Like, they work really well together. She pays her well, and the nanny loves her kids. And she goes on off for, she goes on off. Whenever she goes on off for like nearly a month. Then she comes back because she goes to UG. But they've managed to find, even when they are annoyed with each other, they find a way of, keep giving each other space enough to be able to come back together and find the common purpose for their home. So there are people who get it, okay? And again, I'm not saying like all nannies are bad. I've had really good ones. I've had ones who have stayed, one was stayed with us for years on end. In fact, before this drama, she was there. Unfortunately, or fortunately for her, she had to go raise her family. She was, there in our house there with a new bundle of joy coming up. So I had to, of course, part with her. It was hard. But, and it was hard, especially on the kids. But I had to let her go. And she was a good one. But there are those who are rogue. They're just those who, you look at them, you're like, what are you thinking? And yes, the daybug ones. The daybug ones are notorious for skipping out of your house with your... they come in daily with shopping bags. And you don't even know how they're leaving your house. Because when she's coming in, all she has is like a small, those small woven bags. That's it she's coming with. But by the time you're looking around your house, unga has gone, sukari has gone, blue band ile, you haven't opened yet, it's gone. Myra, you find Suji, your chiripas, your slippers that were in the corner also going. Yani, the heist is real, okay? I would love to hear your formulas for how you deal with your nannies. I'm going to also be looking at what the experts have to say in some cases. There are cases of rogue nannies who have gone in the most tragic of ways. We'll just touch on them, kidogo. I do not want to trigger anyone. Of course, I will give a trigger warning for this show because there are times when situations have turned nasty. And I've been having this conversation throughout the week. Everybody has had different experiences throughout their experiences with nannies. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Again, hit me up on our YouTube channel and, of course, our WhatsApp number. What is your experience with your nanny, a.k.a. Miss Mboch? Again, hit us up. This is also the request hour. Let us know exactly what you'd like to listen to. I got you covered.
Passion
baby, I go give it to you, give it to you. Oh boy, don't they increase? I know you see something in me. I beg you, come and give me. Yeah. I know they go to hospital, oh, no, no, think of it, your this is temperature. And I dee da da da. Now I dee da da da. I know they go to hospital, oh, no, no, think of it, your this is temperature. And I dee da da da. And I dee da da da. Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo.
I swear she make me go crazy, oh. Don't only me nyanga nyanga, kifani chuchu dede, akumbali sicheze, wasije kunimegea bwege, aga nangangana. Mtoto hivyo mwepesi kusakata densi, miguru ya pesi minauma, na. I swear she's so sexy, muni sina keshi, la kwangu so kesi na uchuna, na.
Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo. Somebody call 911. As you dey looking at me, it's an emergency. I want you to give me medicine. Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo, anything for your girl, give me more. Panado, Sitamo, anything. Walele, love, would you love me? Baby, love me. Oh, Mr. Doctor, you be my lover. Yeah. Oh boy, why you weak? Walele.
Chris Beats, what wave? Nobody does it better. Ladies and gentlemen, love to see you go.
Mixed by Mighty. Isaac Essence Selector. Keep it locked.
Lakini utafika pale sajabu utaambiwa sijui unatakiwa sijui hela ya sindano, sijui unaambiwa sijui unatakiwa sijui hela ya ganzi.
I've been quiet too long. Miaka ya juzi uliimba kura zangu.
It is a breakfast jam where we are celebrating women in music. You have been listening to Yemi Alade 911. Man, that always gets me on my feet. Love that song. Absolutely love that song. We're still continuing with our conversation in regards to rogue nannies. We have Ajo coming in saying, "Where no masana." I'm guessing that is in regards to the conversation that was happening before. That is the comments that were also being given on YouTube. So yes, I would love to hear your contributions to this conversation. Just as I was online, I saw like my former one has sent me a 2-minute voice note. Unfortunately, I couldn't because I was on air, and now she's deleted it. I don't know what she had to say, but frankly, I cannot be bothered. Okay. It's we move on. We move regardless. Okay. Yani, it's usually tiring. It's tiring to not only just have somebody in your house, but somebody who thinks they can take advantage of a situation because they know you need them, okay? And I'm not saying, again, not all of them are bad. And sometimes also some employers are not the best. You've heard of also employers who, and I'm playing devil's advocate over here just for the sake of having a healthy conversation. There are employers who are also rogue. There are employers who are also mistreating some of these workers. Remember, they are coming to work for you. See, RTC must. See, lazima, you're paying them. They're not your slave. They're not doing it for free. Yeah, so by the time you're mistreating them, like, what are you thinking? Then you mistreat them and leave them in your home. You've never heard of people who snap? Like, the people who snap and they're snapping because they have endured a lot of your constant abuse. But then again, there are those who snap and you don't know why they're snapping, and they're snapping for no particular reason. Yesterday when I brought up this story, with a person here in studio, they told me some of the most harrowing things that have happened to parents in regards to rogue nannies and the results of what they've done while being in people's homes. You know, there are stories of nannies who cause harm, even to the point of it being tragic. Again, trigger warning on this story, trigger warning on these stories. I was reading of a story some time back of a woman who she left her child, her newborn child, or, you know, because she had to go back to work. This was around 2009. And she left, you know, she left enough supply of milk and stuff. And she left with the nanny. She left the nanny in the house and she left. And then she got this chilling call from the neighbor. And the neighbor was like, come home quick. There's nobody in the house and there's something wrong with your son. Luckily, the neighbors got inside the house, were able to retrieve the son and take the person, the child to hospital. But unfortunately, it was too late. So what the word that was circulating around was particularly to the case that this nanny, who had long since disappeared, had either hit the child really hard or sat on them until they suffocated. Again, this is one thing that somebody told me yesterday when I was talking to them here in studio. They were like, sometimes we thrust some of these people in these situations without knowing their experience and whether they have the mental capacity and capability of taking care of a child and taking care of your home. And remember, they're coming into a new environment. They're coming into a place they have never lived in before. They're coming into a family with new set of values, new set of ways, new set of doing things. So they're trying to find their best way to navigate through this. And some of them don't handle it in the best way possible. Some of them are just also not all the way right up there. I'll tell you one situation in my home. We got a young girl, and that was, I think, the last time, absolute last time that we used an agency. So we got it from an agency, and this agency had seen from a show a friend of mine did. So I was like, if this friend of mine is doing this show, yeah, I forgot about the commercial aspect, but if this friend of mine is doing this show, this company has to be legit. So this woman, she has some sort of hostel she's running where she says she trains the nannies and takes them through courses on how to do their work. So we get this girl. Me, normally, you know, when I get a new nanny, I would stay in the house for about a couple of weeks just to find out how they're navigating and teaching them the ways. And then, because that's how I used to do it, yeah, before I leave to go and to do my own things. So we had nanny cams in the house. So after my 2 weeks of staying in the home, I left her with my child. Thankfully, during that time, my husband was looking at the nanny cam just to see how things were going because he knows I left the house and he had also left the house. And he proceeds to see this young girl try to lay hands on my son. He was there at the barber shop. He didn't even finish shaving his hair. He threw off the cape and ran home immediately. And I was there scared for this girl. I wasn't even scared about this. I was scared for this girl. I was like, this girl is going to be in so much problems because this is his egg. Luckily, the situation was quelled. Nothing major happened. And thank God for those nanny cameras. Yeah. So, there was no real psychology. Yeah. She said she was tempted to hit my son. Like, there was nothing that was of rhyme or reason for her actions. So for some of these people, they grew up seeing some of these things and they have normalized it. Even as much as we tell them, do not touch my child, do not hit them, do not harm them in any way, it just does not register. Now, of course, I'd love to read the word from the experts before we close off and finish off. Some experts have weighed in, especially after the most harrowing of situations. And one professor has weighed in. She is Halima Shauri of Pwani University. And she said, well-cultured human beings have a good grasp of those values that makes us human. Care, humility, love, selflessness, and happiness. But not everyone conforms to these values, not because they are not human, but because they tend towards their evil psyche, which is part of our human makeup. For the professor, it all goes back to ancient times when it is said Cain, furious with God, killed his brother Abel. She said, we are born with an instinct that is both evil and well-meaning. At any given moment in our lives, depending on how we have been raised, we can access that evil and inflict maximum damage on our fellow human. Woe unto you if you bring home a nanny who has so many hang-ups about their own situation, because they may have a problem to settle with nature and your child may end up the victim in that scheme. Remember that they are human beings just like us. They ought to feel decent as they work for us. Being a nanny is no mean feat. You ought to have dignity. It is therefore a big problem when she is treated inhumanely. Again, it's not said that every time that somebody is being treated inhumanely, again, because now, like in this story, this is a woman who left her child and she went on to work. Where is it that we say that there was inhumane conditions? Again, like they said, sometimes it's nature versus nurture. And you don't know, again, the psychology of somebody. Like with my first child, I stayed home for quite some time before I was ready to go to work. And when I was not at home, my husband was, because again, you don't know the psychology of these people. And sometimes that may not be grievous harm that you can see. Sometimes it can be chemical warfare. The other day we saw a video of a nanny who put cockroach repellent in the family's food because they got into an argument with the owner of the home. And we've seen nannies who have used their bodily fluids and put them into the food as well. And again, thankful for the nanny cams, it was discovered sooner rather than later, but that image doesn't leave your mind. That worry, that psychology is always there. Even if you treat somebody with gold, even if you're begging on your knees to treat them well so that they can take care of your home, that psychology is always there. And more often than right, when your gut is right, there's something wrong. Always follow your gut. When somebody is they've changed their mood, they've changed their mannerisms, they've changed their way of doing things, always be on alert. I know that the hustle and bustle is there. I know that life is taking us quickly, but sometimes it pays just to be aware of what is going on. And then try as much as possible to talk to the people that you live with. Talk to your nannies. Find out how they're doing. Find out how they respond to you. that will tell you a lot about whether you should keep them in your home or not. Because again, remember, you're paying them. They can choose to stay or leave. It's not a must. Sindio. But at the same time, what is their state of mind? Papa Sila says, my experience with nannies, I've come to believe there are nannies who carry dark spirits in caps with them. For instance, I had one and everything in my house was going south. My marriage, my job, my finances. And immediately I changed the nanny. Things began doing well. Be careful when settling for a nanny, Aki. I am with you. Papa Sila, I'm with you. Again, you don't know what kind of energy you're laying to your home. For me, it has caused arguments. Actually, again, when I had my first child, hey, that was over there, character development 101. When I had my first child, like, I was so dependent on them to the point where I would look at my husband and I'm like, why is he causing issues? And he's seeing something that I'm not. Because I'm so tired and I am so exhausted. I wake up every hour to take care of my child. I'm not sleeping. I am not eating well. I am trying to make sure that I have enough to give my child and still have enough energy for myself. So I wasn't seeing these things. True enough, they can cause discourse in your house. And they can make somebody look like they're crazy. And what you're seeing is actually the truth. Right now, nowadays, I have no problem. If you are going to cause stress in my home, I have no problem letting go and letting God. It's not like before, when I started, it was hard. But now I have no problem whatsoever. I'm just like, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. I'm not going to shikilia because I have to take care of my home. I have to make sure that things in my home are going well. And if one person is going against the grain and not making sure that happens, then, see, lazima, it's not a must. Okay. And I'm glad you found peace eventually. Again, I was being told a story here. There's a person who went through the horrible instance of being accused of having an affair with a nanny. It didn't come from the wife or from somebody leaving their home. It came from the nanny herself. The nanny went and spread these rumors to other nannies. And then that story went and spread to the entire estate. And then it circled back to the woman in the home. So the woman in the home, of course, she's like, this is my husband. I know you can never, resort to that. And she had to find a way of getting rid of the nanny before the husband found out, because, of course, the husband would have lost his mind. But that's sometimes the extent they go to, And sometimes we don't have the ability, the mindset, or the psychology enough to try and understand them. So if it's not working for you, just let somebody leave through the front door. Again, you will have to find a new way to navigate. Society might look at you sideways and think that you're the problem, but you're the only one who understands what truly happens in your home. And you need to make sure you're okay. You need to make sure your family is okay and that everything is right within your ecosystem, just like Papa Sila. So I'd encourage you to be the best person that you can be to anybody, not only to your nannies, to anybody around you, but also be on alert, be aware of who you let into your home. Because again, you don't know what nature they're carrying over their nature, okay? And always seek advice. It's okay. If you're having problems, don't be afraid to speak about it. Again, don't suffer in silence. Yeah, if you feel like something is not normal, find out what's going on. There are also resources right now on social media, like there's one on Facebook, where you get to look up your nanny before you hire them. Give out their ID copy, give out their picture, and you only pay 500 bob. I'll look for it and share it. Only pay 500 bob. And this agency does their research, go to DCI, blah, blah, find out they have a criminal record before you hire them. Of course, this is not foolproof because, again, somebody doesn't have to require a record to know whether they're a criminal or not. Yeah, like in the case of the Ugandan woman who brought a criminal into their home and they stole from a home in Eastleigh and ultimately unaliving somebody else. Again, you can never know. But your due diligence is your best defense. Again, I'll say that your due diligence is your best defense. I'm wishing you all luck in your homes as you try and navigate with or without a nanny. I hope that you're able to get the best one that suits your home. I am hoping the same for myself. When I'm pouring it onto you, I'm pouring it onto myself. Again, thank you so much for changing into the conversation. We have Angel coming in, lastly saying, I can write a book about my experience, but I'm also lucky to have long-serving nannies. I decided to take the approach of Bora Afanye Kazi. There is only one nanny who got mad at me and stole my shoes. I didn't see that ending coming. We were going so well, Angel. We were going so well. Hey, she got mad at you and stole your shoes. Yeah, that is the epitome of warfare in the house. But at least you stole your shoes and didn't steal anything more valuable. Your shoes could have been also valuable, but I think I'm hoping that's the worst of it. But we also have to give it up to our long-standing nannies. You know, they're the ones who have really helped us in shaping our homes for the better. And when they have to leave, man, they just wish them well and send them on their way with your blessings. Don't feel bad. They were in your life for a season. Thank God for that season. Celebrate in that season and move on. You will always find the right one. Me, I'm on nanny after the last good one, which was just last year. I am on nanny number 7, I think. And I still keep it moving just for the sake of the peace in my home. And yes, you guys, just pour your prayers on me that I get the right one. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an enlightening show, as well as a nostalgic one. We'll catch you guys again on Friday, where we're all about that TGI Friday. It's going to be having a special guest in studio. Bruce Melody is going to be coming into studio. You cannot afford to miss that exclusive interview and also the music that he's dropped with Africans during this season. Catch you guys on Friday. Enjoy the last of the music. Have a fantastic day ahead. Coming up next is actually we'll be doing the reruns of Sustainability Connect. Unfortunately, Myra is under the weather. She will not be in today, but you can rewatch the fantastic interview she had last week in regards to the Paris Agreement that President Trump has signed. So you can watch the rerun on that and catch the highlights on our social media. Also look out for the Echo Campus show that's going to be going down at the University of Nairobi on the 19th of February. We're going to be live on location at the University of Nairobi. Details on that are being shared right now on the Sustainability Connect pages, as well as iconradioke. Keep it on Icon Radio for more entertainment throughout the day. Have a fantastic day ahead. I've been Myra Maloba.